CS Brooks, the two top teams so far this year, fighting it out for the #1 position this afternoon. The Ellerston team, unchanged throughout the season. James Byam at 1, Adolfo Cambiaso at 2, Gonzalo Pierres at 3, and Jeff Fisher at back on 2 goals. A total team handicap 23 goals, Jeff Fisher having been raised mid-season. CS Brooks, Luke Tomlinson at 1, Javier Novillo Estrada at 2, his brother Miguel Novillo Estrada playing in the #3 position, and Sebastian Dornay at 4. Total team handicap 22 goals. We'll see the CS Brooks team starting with a 1-goal handicap start. So what a magnificent afternoon it is. We've had so much rain here in England for this summer, and for the Gold Cup to be blessed with this magnificent weather is indeed fortune shining down on us. So the players at the moment preparing, stretching, getting themselves geared up psychologically for the battle. And a battle indeed it's going to be. There we see the ruins in the background, one of the features of the Cowdrey Park setting. And the players now forming up on the umpires at the scoreboard end, ready to make their way onto the field for the parade, to be introduced to the crowd one at a time. And the two teams, very different in their balance this afternoon. Last time we saw the Ellerston team running out, they came out against Gerardong Park, two very similar teams indeed, with the two 10-goal players in the middle for each team. This time, however, we see Javier Novillo Estrada and his brother Miguel playing in the 2 and 3 position, both off 8 goals. So a more balanced team. I think we have Jamie Hayward down on the pony lines. Jamie, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Jim. Just been having a quiet word there with Gonzalo Pierres. And Gonzalo, quietly confident, I said, how do you feel? And that sort of rather wry smile of his came across his face, and he said, good. And I must say, having watched the preparations of the Ellerston team as compared to that of CS Brooks, very much more organised preparation. Ellerston sitting there good 25 minutes before the game, reflecting on what they were going to do, whereas I did find that the CS Brooks was somewhat disorganised in their preparation. The team wasn't together, they weren't talking much together. So at the moment, certainly on the pre-match preparation, full marks to Ellerston, and they're getting themselves off to a good start.
Well, Jamie, as always, the pony power is going to be a very telling factor. We saw an extraordinary second chukker from the Ellerston team when they played in the semi-final. 6 goals they scored in the second chukker without any reply at all from the Gerardong Park team. The ponies being played under those in those chukkers. Piglet was being played by Gonzalo Pierres, and I think Adolfo Cambiaso was sharing the chukker Chusma in Nevada. Apparently these ponies are going to be playing in a fairly similar sort of order today, so I'll be looking forward to seeing what happens in the second chukker.
That's quite right, Jim. I did actually talk to all the players about their ponies, and you're quite right. In the second chukker, Jeff Fisher is intending to play Sugar. He had a great goal on Sugar in that second chukker the other day. You're quite right, Gonzalo Pierres is again playing Piglet, and Adolfo Cambiaso due to play Chusma in the second chukker, and James Byam will be playing Curry in the second chukker as well. He's swapping that with Digit, and he's coming out on Digit in the first chukker. In the first chukker also Adolfo Cambiaso coming out with Polija, Pierres with Matera, and Jeff Fisher playing Bridget in the first chukker. Opposing them for the CS Brooks team, Luke Tomlinson's playing a horse called China, a 10-year-old mare from the Argentine in the first chukker. Javier Novillo Estrada's playing a horse called Manacera. Miguel Blanco Flor, which I think should be a grey, he's on out there. Yes, he's just there now. I can see on the Blanco Flor is a 9-year-old gelding from the Argentine, played in the final before this horse. And Sebastian Dornay playing a horse called Curioso, a gelding from the Argentine. Sebastian Dornay, a feature of his horses he's playing today, that 4 of the horses he's playing are geldings. So we don't often see too many geldings, so it'd be nice to see how his horses shape up. No, you're quite right, Jim. The lineup much the same for the team of Ellerston as the other day, and I'm sure their pony power is going to be a big factor at the end of this match.
Well, it's competition as well. I think the Ellerston team, many of their ponies coming from the Southern Hemisphere, thoroughbred ponies, whereas I think we see with the CS Brooks team the fair share of ponies coming from the Argentine. And I know some people say that the thoroughbred blood adds a little bit of speed. The Argentine ponies normally very, very quick, very sharp indeed. But we'll see how they fare this afternoon.
No, I think you're quite right, Jim. The pony power will be a great reflection on how they go. As you see there, that horse, the number 2, the grey horse there, being ridden by actually I think that horse that they've slightly confused things, because Javier is riding a grey and he certainly wasn't due to ride a grey, so I'm a little confused as to which pony he's got onto in the end. Possibly again a little reflection of that preparation, as I said before, of CS Brooks. When I tried to get an order out of all of them, all the grooms very muddled as to how they were going to play their ponies. So I hope they've sorted themselves out now, and we'll have the opportunity of seeing them in action this afternoon. I must say that the combined strength of Miguel and Javier Navija Estrada, I will be very interested to see how they're going to play. Obviously the High Goal Handicap Committee will be sitting shortly. They both play off 8 at the moment. It'll be very interesting to see how they control the combined might of Gonzalo and Adolfo Cambiaso. Both of them there playing off 10 goals, so there's a 4-goal difference in the centre, and it'll be good to see how these players react together.
Well, I'm sure we're going to see team tactics here. Jeff Fisher on 2 goals will be marking Luke Tomlinson, who's playing off 4 goals as hard as he possibly can. Jeff Fisher very, very well mounted on Kerry Packer's own ponies, and that I'm sure will be his gameplay. The more he can do with that, it's going to leave the 2 10s in the middle versus the 2 8s, and according to paperwork we should see the Ellerston team winning that battle in the middle.
That's very true indeed, Jim, but I don't know, I know you wouldn't put your hat in the field, but I'm afraid that I'm going to do it again. I said the other day I thought Ellerston would win, and whilst I'm hugely impressed by the combination of Miguel and Javier Navija Estrada, I still think the greater maturity of Gonzalo Perez is going to be a big factor, and I'm actually throwing my hat into the field, and I'm going to say it's going to be Ellerston by 2.
Well, a very brave man, Jamie. I think all sorts of things can happen on the big occasions, but certainly the Ellerston team fielding players who are very used to big occasions indeed. Gonzalo Perez has won the Argentine Open 8 times, no less. He's won the Gold Cup 3 times already. This is his 4th attempt, and so certainly when the pressure comes on, we're going to be heavily relying on the very calm shoulders of Gonzalo Perez, this extraordinary brilliance of Adolfo Cambiaso. I think if I really had to put some money on it, I might go with you, Jamie, but as I say, I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen here today.
Well, there's one thing's for sure, Jim. We've got a wonderful setting here. The stage is really set. I don't think we could have asked for a finer afternoon, or indeed a better conditions on the field. I mean, we've had a fair amount of rain, so the ground is playing really well indeed. It's beautifully prepared, and it's not going to be too hard, so I think the ponies are going to enjoy it as well and be able to have a good run without feeling the ground too hard themselves. I played myself yesterday, and again the ground down at Tidworth was just a nice softness, which meant the ponies reacted that much better. So I think they're going to enjoy it as well as the players.
I think you're absolutely right. The rain enough to soften the ground, but a couple of days of no rain, it's a real picture. We can see, of course, the sand marks where the divots have been filled, but we're so used to exciting finals here for the Gold Cup. There we see the field of play, and the players just preparing themselves. Nerves will be high at the moment, but once that first ball has gone in, the nerves will be out the window. It will be pure energy. So very nearly ready to go here this afternoon. Our 2 umpires this afternoon, Danielle Boudou and Oliver Ellis, both extremely experienced umpires. Our 3rd man this afternoon, Charles Seville. I know the umpires in the semi-final here were using the 3rd man quite regularly.
Well, I must say...
Sorry, I beg your pardon, Jamie. I was just going to say I should think that Charlie Seville will probably have a little bit of work to do this afternoon.
Well, I'm sure. I'm just glad to say that I didn't get it wrong. I see that the number 3, Miguel Navija Estrada, has come back out onto that grey. That's a horse called Blanca Flor. an Argentine mare. Anyway, it's
and
over
away
to
we
you,
go
Jim, as
very
the play
quickly.
starts.
And that's a lovely start there for the CS Brooks team, setting Novillo Estrada on the attack. Under the neck he goes. In comes Adolfo Cambiaso, but it's Novillo Estrada who takes the ball beautifully on the far side of the field. Very hard ridden though by Cambiaso it was. And the ball trickles over the back line. So we see the CS Brooks team with a 1-goal handicap start. Normally, of course, the Gold Cup played off the open. Here we come into the attack. And this is Adolfo Cambiaso. There's the pass, up it goes. Doesn't come off a pony. Stopped nicely though by Javier. Over the top goes Luke Tomlinson, coming through Miguel Estrada, coming through to follow up. It's going to be Adolfo Cambiaso. Adolfo Cambiaso now trickles the ball forward. Still Cambiaso on the attack. Who's going to be there? The team run forward. I see James Byrne running forward, but it's still Adolfo Cambiaso with the 2 Estradas in attendance now. It's still Cambiaso, just trickles the ball. Jeff Fisher waits behind, but it's Cambiaso still now. And coming in on the attack, it's Javier, but it's picked up beautifully by Luke Tomlinson now. And Luke Tomlinson puts the accelerator down. And away we go now. The whip goes on to James Byme's pony. It's still Luke Tomlinson though. Tomlinson picks up the next one, sends it into the middle of the field. Backhand shot by Gonzalo Pierres, puts the ball onto the boards on the far side. Now the lovely backhand shot by Cambiaso, but it is going to be Javier Novillo Estrada. Javier just dribbles the ball forward. This 8-goal player from Argentina. Now let's go with his pass. It doesn't go as far as he would have liked. Dribbles forward further. It still is Javier on the attack now. Javier takes the ball on nicely. The ball bounces unkindly coming through. Lovely play there by Sebastian Dornay. Dornay takes the ball further forward. Who's going to be there? It's picked up now by Miguel Estrada. And he puts it wide. So what a start we've had here this afternoon. And here we just see the replay there. The CS Brooks team are well on the attack. And there we see the shot going wide. And we are back in the action in the middle of the field, and it's picked up now with Ellerston on the attack. Now the backhand shot. First man to it is going to be the cool head of Gonzalo Pierres. Takes the ball around the corner. Coming in to make the hook was Luke Tomlinson, but Pierres makes the next shot. This is looking good indeed for Ellerston. Tomlinson this time makes a hook, picked up very nicely by Miguel. Novillo Estrada evades the hook. Lovely bit of play by Miguel as Jeff Fisher comes in, but it's still Miguel Estrada who takes the ball away now. Going back is Byrne. Byrne makes a stop. Lovely play by James Byrne. My goodness me, I'm not sure what happened there, but they all come around the corners very quickly. It's Adolfo Cambiaso who puts the accelerator down. Adolfo Cambiaso out on his own now as Ellerston go right onto the attack. Ellerston take the ball forward. Is he going to make it? I think he is. It's looking very good indeed. And Cambiaso levels the scores in the first chukker. What a goal for Adolfo Cambiaso.
1-0 in the first chukker.
And here we see it. Cambiaso, the approach shot. I'm not entirely sure it was an approach yet. Yes, it was, and finishes it up. Cool as the cucumber. And back they come now, and ends are changed. Ready to roll again to restart the match. And very quickly the Ellerston team have negated the handicap start, and immediately the whistles go. And so we wait in the middle of the field here while the umpires make their decision.
Anyone coming out of a side turning or coming across that main road commits an infringement, and that's a highway golden colour, and that's what makes this such a fantastic game. And you'll see as we go on. Thanks for those of you watching for the first time, and by golly, we love to have you here. Lord County welcomes you all. Richard, Ellerston. Big shot, one drive up to the front door. And
back in play we are. And the ball goes over the back line. Now the backhand shot. No, it doesn't. I beg your pardon. We're still in play. Now the backhand by Cambiaso, looking very good, but wide and out to the right this time.
what a chance. Miguel Estrada, CS Brooks with the ball now. Looking for Luke Tomlinson. Luke found it. What? But Miguel comes through.
And so we're back in play now. And this is Cambiaso on the attack again for Ellerston. Cambiaso goalward bound. Great play by Cambiaso, but it's picked up now and taken away by Novillo Estrada coming through. It's going to be Sebastian Dornay, who takes the ball out and over the sideline on the far side. And so, tension riding high. Picked up by Cambiasso again. What a game he's having so far. Going through now, it's Miguel Estrada who takes the ball away now. The backhand shot by Gonzalo Pierres sends the ball goalward bound again and stopped again though. Where's it going to be? Coming through, I think, Sebastian Dornay, is it? Sebastian Dornay comes through. Lovely play by Dornay, sending the ball away out in front now. Here come the CS Brooks team again, but the hook goes in. Lovely play by Luke Tomlinson. What a drive. Going forward now, it is Miguel Navillo Estrada under the neck for the goal shot. What a beauty that is, and through it goes. And CS Brooks.
That really was a great shot there. Miguel Navillo Estrada really took it beautifully on the near side. Really doesn't come much better than that. Here we go, coming in again. Miguel there takes it along, ridden all the time. Beautiful under the neck shot there on the near side from Miguel. That was wonderful play. Miguel riding this horse Blanca Flor, a mare from the Argentine, played in the Gold Cup final before, so obviously she's a well-experienced mare. Really lovely play there from Miguel Navillo Estrada. That puts CS Brooks back into the lead by 1 as they start again in the middle. Just taking it away quickly there. Just left again. In comes Cambiasso, back nicely there and turned around. It's going to be picked up. Jeff Fisher leaves it behind. In comes Miguel. In comes Tomlinson as well. Turned around first by Fisher, but Tomlinson. Lovely little backhand flick there by Tomlinson. It's going to be picked up now by Javier Navillo Estrada. Javier just slows the play down. Gets rid of Fisher. No, he doesn't. Fisher's still there. Lovely strike down the field. Comes off the pony of Gonzalo Pierres. Pierres now gets it stolen in front of him by, that looks like the number 4, Sebastian Dornay. Is he taking it away? Dornay nicely on the near side. Over the top he goes. The ball runs a little bit loose. And finally through to clear well out of the way there. And still Jeff Fisher. No, in fact, it was James Bime didn't get a hold of it. Turned into the middle there. Who's going to pick it up first of all? And finally Cambiasso's the one who makes the clearance and drives it down the field.
And away we go again now, at the gallop now. It's Gonzalo Pierres to pick the ball up on the near side. Hard ridden though by Navillo Estrada. Over the top goes Fisher. It's going to be left now for Javier Navillo Estrada. Javier turns the ball and let's go with that one. Going back to Dolfo Cambiasso as the bell goes. And we are at the end of the first and very exciting chukker of this Veuve Clicquot Gold Cup. With CS Brooks 2, Ellerston 1. And what a start, Jamie.
Absolutely, Jim. That was tremendous stuff. Really good end-to-end polo. So launches a huge drive up there for Gonzalo Pierres. Pierres comes in fast onto this one. Ellerston on the attack again, and Pierres picks it up nicely. In comes Miguel for the challenge. Pierres all the way. That's beautiful play. Gonzalo Pierres right in front of the goal. Oh, and he's just pushed it wide over the back line. That was a wonderful run there from Gonzalo Pierres.
Extraordinary, Jamie. We talked about his horse Piglet before, and when the accelerator went down there, I think Piglet found an extra gear that nobody quite knew was there. Here we come in from the play, and look at that next shot. Away we go again now, very quickly. The Navillo Estradas teaming up with each other. There's the play on the boards. It's going to come, and this is Javier to take the ball on the near side. He's missed though, and it's left behind. Very quickly around they come. Around they do come. Miguel there. Oh, lovely play by Adolfo Cambiasso, but whistles are blown again.
Well, you're quite right, Jim, there. I must say that horsepower there, Piglet really did excel herself there. I believe she's from Australia, a 7-year-old mare, and quite evidently definitely had the much faster legs of Miguel Navillo Estrada. Miguel in this chukker's playing a horse called Pitufo, who's a mare from the Argentine. And we've got Javier Navillo Estrada there, just coming around to take this penalty from the spot, awarded in favour of CS Brooks, but in fact he's actually giving the honours to Miguel. It's Miguel now who comes in to take this spot hit. In he comes. Miguel drives it forward, doesn't quite get the length he was looking for, but it's going to be picked. Oh, unfortunate for Javier, comes off his pony's hoof quick as a flash. capitalised on there by Gonzalo Perez. James Byam goes up for the pass. There's the pass, but he bypasses Byam and finds Cambiaso. Lovely lofty drive for Adolfo Cambiaso. Cambiaso slows it down, straightens it up. Javier Novija Estrada comes in for the challenge. Oh, lovely play by Cambiaso, still keeping it along. Perez circles round to support him. Now the accelerator from Cambiaso. Cambiaso takes it away towards goal. In comes the next shot. Can he put it there? He's cancelled out, but he's tickled it in towards the goal. A lovely goal there. Adolfo Cambiaso managed to put that one through, and he's riding that horse, Chusma.
Absolutely, Jamie. We did say watch out for these two ponies. Piglet only having been brought over a month ago to this country, and Chusma as well, one of the ponies that gave the Geraldong Park team such a trial in their second chukker. And so here we see the players returning to the middle of the field for the restart. The ball goes in again, the players change ends. Very quickly now the backhand by Miguel, putting Javier on the attack, but again it's his pony Chusma under Adolfo Cambiaso. Adolfo Cambiaso takes the ball on, looks up to the umpires and said, watch out please, because I'm trying to play here. Now on the near side goes Cambiaso. Cambiaso's still there, but it's picked up now by Javier. Javier Novillo Estrada sends the ball goalward bound. Miguel read the pass well. It's going to be Miguel Estrada for the cut shot, just dribbles it forward. Miguel shoots, it's looking pretty good indeed. Gets the bouncing ball and through it goes, and it's 3-2.
Lovely goal there from Miguel Novija Estrada. He really brought that one in very nicely indeed. Miguel really showing the way to go for the CS Brooks team. Let's see if we get a chance to have a look at that one.
And so Miguel, the goal scorer, the 2 goals on the board, other than the handicap start, coming from Miguel. And so we're back again. And my goodness, what it is, this Gold Cup. It's such an exciting event. We're all at 6s and 7s here, but it's picked up now, and away we come now. Novillo Estrada sends the ball goalward bound. It's Byam goes back to make the backhand shot. Byam makes a little bit. It's stopped though, and Gonzalo Pierres can't do it. Coming through, it's going to be Miguel. Miguel sends the ball well, but it's going wide again.
Well, they're really on the attack, this CS Brooks team, end-to-end stuff. They lead by 1 at the moment. The pressure certainly on Ellerston. This was the chukker when they really stretched the Geraldong Park team just 3 days ago, but they're not managing to do it today, and the hit in quickly taken there by Cambiaso. Cambiaso drives it along for Perez, but will Perez get there first? I don't think he's going to be. It's James Byam, takes it on the near side. The ball bounces unkindly for him. Perez comes through and drives the ball along. Beautiful play there by Gonzalo Perez. Perez taking it away. That looks like Luke Tomlinson coming in. Tomlinson now takes a lovely backhander out towards the boards. Is it going to be picked up by Dorney? No, the first one there's Miguel. Wrong, I beg your pardon. It's Cambiaso over there.
It is Miguel indeed, you're right, Jamie. And away go the CS Brooks team on the attack now. Miguel just slows the ball down, lets the team run forward. Now Miguel looks up, there's the pass. Look at that for a pass, and away it goes, but who's going to be there? That's the big thing about the big hits. You've got to have somebody waiting on the end, and now again, Cambiaso working so hard to take this ball on the near side. Lovely play, but waiting there. Javier makes the backhand shot. Back into the middle of the field we go. Over the top goes Miguel. Coming through, it's going to be Gonzalo Pierres, and this is extraordinary polo. Gonzalo Pierres takes the ball forward on the near side. Goes Miguel. Goes Javier. And the whistles have blown, and it looks as though the umpires may have seen that Gonzalo Pierres had the direct line.
And it looks as though they're moving up to a 60-yard penalty shot.
So the ball taken away forward to the 60-yard line. So a great chance now for the Ellerston team to draw the scores level again.
So the ball just being teed up there by Adolfo Cambiaso. 60-yard penalty, as we all know, a free hit, a defended goal. As Cambiaso come round now, can he manage to equalise the scores? He'll be looking very much for this one. In he comes, Cambiaso. He drives it well. Is it straight? You think he's pushed it a little wide? Oh, it's just gone through there. Finally managed to pop it. I thought he'd actually dropped it a little short, didn't you, Jim? But he managed to get it through in the end.
He didn't fly the way he would have liked, but the result was the same. So it's 3-all. We're in the second chukker. And what a start this has been.
3-3, 4-3, 5 and so on. What's the final score going to be? Do we know? And who's going to win?
We're underway again. The score's at 3-all. And in the melee it goes. Very quickly it comes out now. And on the attack, CS Brooks is going to be picked up now by Miguel. Miguel Estrada coming through though. Sebastian Dornay hooked out of it. Now Gonzalo Pierres to make the backhand shot, a little one, just enough, and around they come very quickly. That's great play there by Sebastian Dornay, but it's stopped now. And coming through, it was Jeff Fisher, but the ball stopped in the melee again. Who's going to be there? The whistles are blown, everybody stopped. There we see Jeff Fisher just riding gently and wondering what the result of this whistle is going to be. And the umpires riding away up the field to the 5B. It looks, yes, I think a penalty 5B awarded to the Ellerston team. So at the moment it looks as though the Ellerston team are winning the race for the penalties. And at the moment, the CS Brooks team have fouled 3 times, Ellerston only once. And that's going to tell at the end of the day. Jeff Fisher, strong shot along the ground it goes. Waiting there is going to be, doesn't matter. Here comes Gonzalo Pierres. Pierres winds up, the shot comes off a pony though. Going back now is Sebastian Dornay. Sebastian with the backhand shot. Comes unkindly off a pony again for him. On the near side is Gonzalo Pierres, just a little trickle shot. Picked up now though by Luke Tomlinson. Tomlinson in there, ridden out of it though by James Byme. And the whistles again.
You've seen Memo, have you?
The penalty awarded on the spot to the CS Brooks team, so a foul there by Ellerston. Now coming through. Miguel sends the pass up to his brother. The first one though is going to be Jeff Fisher by the looks of things. Looks around for the teammates, winds up with the backhand, just straight it back it goes, and a lovely pass there, just enough for Gonzalo Pierres, who leaves now for Adolfo Cambiasso. Cambiasso on the near side, now switches to the stick side. Still Cambiasso goes forward. Long lean out there by Sebastian Dornay, couldn't make the hook. Now under the net, what a shot, what a shot. Oh, and what a goal. What a goal, and that's why this man Adolfo Cambiasso is hailed around the world as possibly one of the 2 best 10s in the world today. 4 goals for Ellerston, 4 for Adolfo Cambiasso. And back to the middle they come. What a great goal that was. And so we return to the middle of the field. We're back in the action. The first bell goes. It's 4-3 at the moment. And we're in the second chukker. And here comes CS Brooks again. They're certainly not going to let this lead get too far away from them, I'm sure. On the near side we go, and we see there Adolfo Cambiasso riding the line of the ball. Javier Novillo Estrada, his pony just drifting a little bit for him. And so Adolfo, at the end of the chukker, I believe will have claimed a foul there.
What a goal. What a goal. Roderick is right.
So the players just making their way off the field in this tensest of matches for the year to their respective camps. And what a start it's been to this match. Ellerston 4, CS Brooks 3. Handicap start, of course, to CS Brooks. And a very strong chukker indeed from Ellerston there. And so I think Jamie's here for an interview. Jamie, are you there?
Yes, I am indeed, Jim. I'm down here at the Ellerston camp. I've got Pete Webb here, a little bit out of breath. Is it more because of running or because of the stupendous just goal there, scored by Adolfo Cambiasso?
Both. That goal, that end goal, he had the 2 Estradas with him, tapping the ball in the air and that under the neck shot. 10 goals, if not more, you know. That's superb.
So you feel he's worth 12 goals, do you, Peter?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, at the beginning they held him there, but Gonzalo and him, give them an inch and they're away, you know. He's going to catch them. Horses they've got are unbelievable. I think CS Brooks at the moment are doing very well, you know. James Byam's been kept very quiet from Sebastian Dorney.
I must say, James Byam on Thursday really excelled himself. I was about to actually bring up James. I really haven't seen him doing too much at this stage. He's got wonderful horses there, but well controlled. Tell me more.
Well, I think Sebastian's been told today just to stick on that guy. Don't give him an inch, because Sebastian, I don't think, is going to be well mounted as him, but he's on him all the time. And they can't hit him in the ball. If the guy's not free, he can't hit him in the ball. So Gonzalo and Cambiasso are just keeping the ball to each other. And it's hard, you know. I mean, these guys are out, they want to win. Both teams want to win, you know.
Just tell me, Miguel and Navija Estrada, of course, there's a 4-goal difference in the middle there. How do you feel they're coping with the combined strength of Adolfo and Gonzalo at this stage?
At this stage, I think they're doing very well. I think both the Estradas are playing above their handicap this year, and they're doing a very good job out there. I mean, it's early days at the moment, but we'll see. And I think the umpiring's been good. They've let a few go by. The game's been flowing. They have to blow the awful fouls, but so far the gameplay has been letting the game go, and it's been a good game to watch.
OK, Peter, just quickly before the game gets underway, what do you think will be the final position? Who's going to be the winners?
I think Ellerston at the end of the day, just with the horses and that Cambiasso and Gonzalo combination. They are superior for me.
Thanks very much indeed. Well, there you had it from Peter Webb. I threw my hat in at the beginning and said it would be Ellerston by 2. Peter Webb, very experienced 5-goal English professional. He feels the same. What do you feel, Jim?
Well, you know me, Jamie. I'd like to wait till the end before I make my bets. But interesting enough, we talk about the combination here of Gonzalo Pierres and Adolfo Cambiasso. Many people here probably won't be aware, but the Argentine Open was won last year by the Ellerston team. It was these two players with Mariano Aguirre and Lolo Castanola winning the Argentine Open. And so very, very experienced team, played together so often. And here we are back on the attack again. And this is, once again, Adolfo Cambiasso just dribbling the ball with Navillo Estrada in there. But still Cambiasso, what a player this is. Just takes the ball goalward bound now, going back. It's Dornay makes a great backhand shot. Sebastian Dornay, 2-goal player, just did enough. There's a backhand shot though by Gonzalo Pierres, puts the ball back into danger. Now on the near side, lovely backhand here by Javier Navillo Estrada. Now coming onto the ball. There's the shot. Takes the ball on. Now on the near side, it's going to be Dorney. Dorney takes the ball nicely off the board. The ball bounces. Jeff Fisher makes a backhand shot, just enough, and a good shot by Fisher. Very quickly, it is Adolfo Cambiasso who turns the ball beautifully on the boards there. Coming in behind now, we see the great teamwork here of Gonzalo Pierres. I'm sorry, I'm tongue-tied by this man here. So extraordinary. Adolfo Cambiasso, the control this man has over the ball, just dribbles the ball forward now. It's still Cambiasso goalward bound. What great play by Cambiasso. And the whistles are blown, as indeed they had to there. Desperate circumstances there for the CS Brooks team. Adolfo Cambiasso. Here we see the extraordinary skill. And there on the near side, we saw Javier Navillo Estrada trying to play the ball on the near side. We see Miguel just following up, but the foul, in fact, was Javier crossing the line after he'd attempted to play the ball on the near side. Had he made contact, the umpires, I feel sure, would have probably let that go, but he missed, rode across the line. The result is this, a penalty 2 right in front of the goal for Adolfo Cambiasso. And there isn't any mistake with that. Through it goes. So another goal on the board for Ellerston, another goal on the board for Adolfo Cambiasso. And I wonder if Cambiasso is going to let anybody else win. Anybody else have a goal, I beg your pardon. 2 penalties, 3 field goals, all being put to the name of Adolfo Cambiasso. And a great testimony to the pony power of this Ellerston team. There's the backhand shot. It's going to be picked up by Dorney as in comes again Cambiasso. What a ride-off by this man. Now in comes James Byam. James Byam takes the ball on. He's been a little quiet so far, but now he's letting loose. Byam goes forward, still takes the ball on nicely, coming back in defence, and there goes the hook in by Miguel. Over the top they go. Now Javier makes a backhand shot, and the ball bops out and over the boards. And we here in the commentary position are getting a good view of the players up close. No nerves anymore. Plenty of adrenaline though. The ball into the line out. Miguel takes the ball on. Hard ridden though by Gonzalo Pierres. There's a pass, up it goes in front of Javier. It's going to be, I think, who's going to be there? Jeff Fisher and Javier Navillo Estrada. Jeff Fisher and Javier come together. It's still low. Javier Navillo Estrada makes the bouncing ball, and I think it's going wide. And bad luck there for the CS Brooks team. But I believe a whistle is blown.
Yeah, that's right, Jim. I must say, I saw Javier looking around. He knew very well that he was actually liable to foul then, and I think that he was actually chancing his luck when he came in and swooped on that one. He was looking behind him all the time, and I think quite rightly the umpires have awarded the foul.
Yes, I think we saw Jeff Fisher there just riding the line of the ball.
Adolfo Cambiaso riding Nevada in this chukker, this grey 7-year-old mare. And he unleashes a lovely shot there. He sends it straight the way down the field. Pierres is coming charging through. He's on Pastora, but going back in defence is the number 1 Luke Tomlinson, who turns it around very nicely, but unfortunately it comes off the pony of Pierres. Pierres straightens it up. Dawn is there as well, right in front of Pierres, and I think Sebastian possibly, a little unfortunately, may have infringed Gonzalo Pierres' line there, but we'll just wait, see what the umpires have to say. But that looked like Pierres was setting goalwards on that one. The ball being teed up there on the 30-yard line, I think, and that's going to be Adolfo Cambiaso who's going to tee this one up. The real chance for Cambiaso to get another one. He scored 5. Can he make it number 6? Really tremendous play from Adolfo Cambiaso. Jim, as I was wandering around, I had a quick chat to a couple of people, and the feature for everyone is this sparkling play of Adolfo. Really is amazing.
It is extraordinary. We saw him coming together with our other gifted 10-goaler, Bautista Heggie, in the semi-final. I'm not sure who had the edge in this match, but certainly there's nobody to outshine him today.
So in comes Adolfo, taking this 30-yard penalty.
Thanks,
winds up, he drives it well, straight through the goal. Lovely goal there. And Adolfo Cambiaso makes it number 6. There's no stopping this man. Cambiaso makes it number 6 for Ellerston. CS Brooks remain on 3. Remember, they got a goal on handicap at the start, so they've only managed actually to get 2 goals so far, and we're halfway through the third, and in goes the ball again. Picked up there again by Cambiaso, hard ridden all the time by Javier. Javier turns it around nicely. In comes Dorney. Dorney can't get to the line first. In comes Pierres. Pierres takes the cut shot in front of Javier, keeps the ball to himself. Good play there by Pierres, ridden all the time by Javier. Pierres gets the better of the ride-off. In comes Pierres, he's setting towards the goal again. He drives it on the offside, he'll switch to the near side, and Pierres, he's taking the scenic route the whole way round. This is amazing play from Gonzalo Pierres. I had the wrong goal at the time, I first thought, and Pierres, he's already travelled 130 yards. He sends it up to James Bime. Bime takes it on the near side, loses it, and Miguel comes in. And poor old Pierres, I think rather Pierres' pony probably run out of petrol then, do you think, Jim?
I doubt very much that any of these ponies are going to run out of petrol today, Jamie. They're at the peak of their condition.
He had already galloped a good 250 yards there, Jim.
Fantastic play, I have to say. The pass went up for James Byman. I think that James, attempting to play the near side, just crossed over the line there. And I think we're going to see a penalty. Here we see the under-the-neck shot by Gonzalo Pierres. Comes around to take the ball again. Under the neck again. Now next time we're going to see the pass. There was the pass. We're back in action. The ball being teed up on the spot for the CS Brooks team.
And it's going to be Javier Navillo Estrada. This tranquil afternoon, spoilt by a helicopter landing. And in comes Javier. Javier, up for the pass goes Miguel. Javier, though, decides to take this one himself. Pierres waits with him. Javier takes it the other way. Good anticipation there by Miguel. In comes Cambiaso to challenge him. Cambiaso and Miguel together. Miguel takes it on the near side. He loses it. Over the boards it goes and out of play. Well, Miguel in this chukker, he's riding a horse called Lady Luck. For the moment, though, that luck has been slightly elusive to the CS Brooks team. So they line up. We've got about 3 minutes remaining in the third. And just the umpire calling Luke Tomlinson having a real tussle up the front there with Jeff Fisher. James Bine lining up number 2 there. In goes the ball, picked up by Pierres. Pierres gets the way. Pierres controls the bouncing ball well. Pierres now winds up. Oh, and a lovely shot down towards the goal it goes, but he didn't quite get the angle he was looking for. There comes the under the neck shot. Fresh air for him. In comes Cambiaso. He works it all the way round. Good play by Adolfo. A lovely turn there by Cambiaso on this horse, Nevada. Cambiaso, he makes it look so easy. Now he takes it in there. In comes Tomlinson for the challenge. Cambiaso Cambiaso all the time. Finally he loses it, but no, he's still there to come and take the near side backhander. Tomlinson hassling him all the time. Great little deflection there. Deceptive play by Cambiaso, but he finally loses it over on the far side, and away goes C.S. Brooks. But first of all, the whistle went. Cambiaso, twice he played a deception shot there, and in the end he turned it around and came away. But I think maybe he was just trying one little bit of expertise a bit too far there, Jim, do you think?
Certainly is an extraordinary player, and the scoreline reflecting that at the moment.
And it's a hit from the centre, a 5-speed.
So we've got a penalty awarded from the centre of the ground, and it's going to be taken by Miguel Novisa Estrada. Miguel takes it. Perez comes in. Oh, and a little bit unfortunate for Miguel. In comes Perez. He's out on his own. He's got plenty of time as Miguel comes in to challenge him, but Perez tries to control the bouncing ball. Beautiful approach shot. I think he's lost the line though. In comes Miguel. Huge bump and through. Oh, what a lovely goal there. What tremendous play. Gonzalo Perez gets his first goal of the match. Takes Ellerston up to 7. Great play there, Jim.
Extraordinary play. The ride-off there, a very, very tough ride-off indeed by Gonzalo against Miguel Novillo Estrada. Here we see the ride-off, and look at this for a ride-off from these two players. Boom! And still Gonzalo keeps his cool, and wallop through it goes. And so Ellerston at the moment with a very commanding 7-goal-3 lead, and the ball, oh my goodness me.
Jeff Fisher on the deck there. Just wanted to say that I saw Gonzalo Perez getting off his horse there, changing. He probably was going to get on to Castonia. That was his the spare he was intending to play, but he was playing Pastora, who I know before the game Jim Gilmore was telling me was the champion horse in the Open in 1995. So we've been saying how good Gonzalo's been playing in this chukker, and he's certainly got a great horse underneath him. Just having another look here. What happened there? Oh, look what happened. The pony seemed to shy at the ball, didn't it? Would you say he was shy at the umpire about to throw the ball in, I think?
I think it's a circus pony, Jamie, and he's been teaching it to sit.
Oh,
they're back in play again. Here we go again now, and out it comes. And this is Luke Tomlinson, makes the backhand shot. Very lovely pass, actually. It goes away to Javier, but they're on the near side again. That man, Cambiaso, sends the ball up for his number one. It's going to be James Bime. James Bime slows down. He hasn't got the line of the ball. Bime over the top now. And now the backhand shot comes in. The sticks are in the air. Here is, again, Adolfo Cambiaso. Cambiaso comes up with the ball again now. Away goes the attack again. Adolfo Cambiaso. Here come the Ellerston. I called them a machine last time, and there's certainly a well-oiled machine this time again. Under the net goes Cambiaso. Where's it going? Wide this time. My goodness, what a final this is. The ball teed up. Ready to restart. Here we go again. The Novillo Estrada brothers bring the ball in from the back line. There's the pass this time. Who's it going to go to? Into the middle it goes. Over the top was Dorney leaning away back, couldn't make the shot. The backhand shot again though, and away they come again. Ellerston on the attack, and this is Gonzalo Perez at the moment with 1 goal on the board. Gonzalo Perez is going to have to take a check now. Makes a little backhand shot, around he comes. That's lovely play as the first bell goes. 30 seconds left to play. Gonzalo under the neck, he shoots. On through it goes, and what an end to this third chukker. It's half time, ladies and gentlemen. Ellerston are 8, CS Brooks are 3. And what a goal by Gonzalo Perez. See Gonzalo chases the ball. He has to control now. He does the backhand shot to retain the line of the ball. Dribbles it away to give himself the angle, and now under the neck. And no mistake. And that's great play by this team, I have to say. They were all involved. They're always all involved. But these two players in the middle, extraordinary combination. The strength of the players is amazing. Now we're seeing the spectators coming onto the field for half-time to tread the divots. Adam. And so the spectators just treading the divots. Jim Gilmore there. Just congratulating the team on their performance for the first half. There won't be any relaxing though. And on our semi-final, we saw the Geraldton Park team trailing, I think, at the end of the third chukker by 5 goals. They came back at the end of the second half and were within 1 goal of the lead when the final bell went. I have to say, I'm not sure we're going to see the same result today. I think Ellerston, the combination of the 2 10s in the middle, are too strong. There we see the statistics. Goals scored. 5 field goals to Ellerston, 3 penalties, 2 field goals, C.S. Brooks, and 1 handicap start. So total of 8-3, 5 fouls each. And really, on the look of the statistics here, the Ellerston team commanding in every situation on the field. And such a well-attended event. Extraordinary numbers of people coming across, putting their feet into the divots, putting the divots back in, tidying the ground up for the second half. So a wonderful afternoon here at Cowdery Park for this final of the Veuve Clicquot Gold Cup. As I've said, so much rain has fallen here in England for the summer. And Adolfo Cambiaso has brought himself up now to having scored 102 goals this season. Extraordinary accomplishment. And I should think the Ellerston people now just taking a few deep breaths and relaxing for the onslaught. They know the second half is going to be tough. And I think Jamie Hayward has Memo Gracida, one of the great 10 goalers. Jamie, can you hear me? Are you there?
Yes, I've got you, Jim. I'm down here by the Ellerston camp. I've got Memo Gracida here with me. Memo, I know, has been watching the game throughout, and he'll no doubt have a few words to say for us. He's just waiting to come along at the moment. I'm just 10 yards away. I think we're going to have him. And Memo Gracida, as we all know, the architect of many victories in the past, played for Geebung this year. Memo, what are your feelings on the match so far?
Well, a very high skill match. Both teams are playing very good polo, beautiful polo. Ellerston dominating the first half. Cambiaso playing outstanding. Gonzalo Perez playing one of his best games. And the two number ones, Fisher and Vine, playing outstanding as well. I think that's one of the strongest teams or sides in playing in England in many, many years.
You played against them yourself earlier this year. Did Geebung meet them in any of the matches? I'm trying to remember. Geraldton Park met them several times. Which match did you meet them? No,
actually I didn't get the chance to meet them this year. We played them last year in the Queen's Cup, but not this year. But this side is very strong. I think they deserve. If they conquer this victory, that will be probably one of the few teams that wins the Queen's Cup and the Gold Cup in the same year, which is a big achievement.
Well, it is a great achievement because obviously it boils down at the end of the day to whether your ponies can survive both. What do you think about these ponies? I must say they're beautifully mounted, the Ellerston team.
Oh, outstanding. I think that's one of the best strings in the world, if not the best. And they're being ridden by very good horsemen. I think the both combination is very strong. I think they're going to dominate this game, and I hope C.S. Brooks can maintain a little bit of pressure on them so we can watch a decent game at the end of the Gold Cup.
I'm sure that's right, Memo. Can you just tell me a little bit about Miguel and Navija Estrada? They're up against the two combination of Gonzalo and Adolfo. They're giving away 4 goals in the middle. How do you feel in reality? Is that actually what they are? On paper it's 4 goals, but are they better than their 8 goals, do you think?
Well, not. I think Miguel and Javier, they're 2 outstanding players. Young, maybe, but very, very good, very talented. I think they're on their way to 10 goals. They play classic polo with backhanders, open plays, running. And Ellerston is choosing to pick the dribbling and holding the ball and control of that Cambiaso. But I think the difference is in both ends. I think Fisher and Baim, they're superbly well mounted, and they're playing very well schooled, very well trained, and they're doing their job. Especially Fisher at back. You know, he hasn't missed a backhander. He stopped every attack from C.S. Brooks, and if he maintains that level, I think it's going to be very difficult to beat him.
I must say, you know, you've been talking a lot about the ponies. I did feel the edge there. It is noticeable on the times that Gonzalo and Adolfo get away. They certainly have got just slightly faster ponies beneath them than Miguel and Javier. They are struggling a little bit to stay with them.
Well, they have mainly thoroughbreds, mostly American and New Zealander and Australian thoroughbreds, and that makes a difference. Yes, definitely, they're much better mounted than the other team. But they're riding very well as well. You know, they're changing at the right time. They have fresh horses at all times, and they're doing a great job altogether.
A slightly naughty question, but a lot of people rate Adolfo possibly a little higher than 10. What do you feel about the mooted question of possibly raising the handicap levels maybe up to 12 and beyond?
Well, definitely, he's the most underrated player in the world at the moment. I think he's very cheap at 10 goals, and I think he's still going to get better and better. You know, he's still quite young, so I feel like he's quite right, and I feel if somebody changes that rating in polo, it will be him.
But do you think that it's the right thing to do in the future? Now the level of the game is getting higher all the time. Do you think we maybe should extend the handicap levels slightly higher?
I think so. I think the tradition is very rich in the game, but I believe in these exceptions, definitely, I think we should look at that and make the game more balanced and more close to if you want it that way. Memo,
I know it's very naughty of me to ask that. Thank you very much for your words. Do you have a final score, you think? I mean, we're now, 5 goals up, I think they are at the moment?
Yes. I think it's going to be around 16-11, 16-12. And my last words, I want to wish good luck to Kerry, and I hope everything's going well with him. This is a great team, this is a great show, and I hope he enjoys it.
Thank you very much indeed, Memo. One of the nicest players in polo, certainly probably the best well known. Thank you very much indeed, and the very best of luck for your match later on this afternoon.
Thank you very much, Steve.
Memo, certainly one of the most popular figures in polo. A great tactician, great words from him there, and I think he probably hit it on the head by saying that the Ellerston team will run out the winners. I may have to eat my words. The other day we saw Gerardon Park come back from, I think it was a 7-goal deficit to only 1 goal, but at the moment it's 5 goals to the good, I think, to Ellerston. The final score there, Memo predicted 16-11. I don't think he's going to be far wrong. I hope C.S. Brooks make it as many as 11. I have my doubts. I think this Ellerston pony power's going to really come through in the second half. Jim, have you got a few more thoughts up there?
Well, Jamie, I've actually already said that I can't see the C.S. Brooks team coming back the way Gerardon Park did on Thursday. I just don't think they have the strength in the middle. This combination of Gonzalo and Adolfo is too strong, I feel. At the end of the day, as I say, anything can happen. But I think that the telling factor in the game on Thursday, when Gerardon Park were allowed back into it, was the condition of the ground and the extraordinary talent of Bautista and Eduardo Heggie as well. And I don't think that the C.S. Brooks can come up with that same amount of skill and commitment. And so I have to say that I think we can see Ellerston with a reasonably comfortable victory this afternoon.
Well, I think that's right. Adolfo Cambiaso just remounting. He had a few words with Jim Gilmore a moment ago. Adolfo, probably, as we've said from Memo, the most underrated player in the world. And if anyone's going to push the boundaries of polo still higher and get handicaps re-rated, that's the man wearing the number 2 shirt for Ellerston, who's going to rewrite the history books of polo.
So the players making their way back on, and the C.S. Brooks team knowing deep down they have a lot to do, and they're going to have to change tactics somehow. They're going to have to put paid to this central combination of the Ellerston team if they're going to have any success at all this afternoon. At the moment, they've only scored 2 goals from the field of play, one, of course, from handicap. And I have to say, I think it's looking fairly ominous at the moment for the C.S. Brooks team. But stranger things have happened. And people here for the Gold Cup from all over the world to watch this spectacle. The most coveted cup for the high goal season in England. Ellerston, of course, already holding the Queen's Cup for the year. What a formidable force they are. The other tournament they were involved in, they went to the final. That was the Prince of Wales Trophy at Berkshire, the first high goal tournament for the season, which they were very narrowly defeated by Gerardon Park. And we are just awaiting at the moment the arrival of Javier Novillo Estrada. And we are going to be ready to get underway. The field again in perfect condition after these thousands of spectators' feet have been across the field. We're back in play in the backhand shot by Jeff Fisher, sending Gonzalo Pierres away right at the start of this second half of the match, the beginning of the fourth chukker. Going in for the hook was Miguel. It's still though Gonzalo on the attack for Ellerston, and look at the man behind him, James Byrne, following up. It's going to be Byrne for the goal shot. The ball bounces though and he misses, and it's left now for the backhand shot by was Dorney, and now setting Luke Tomlinson on the attack. He's hooked out of it though, and it's going to be picked up by Adolfo Cambiaso. Cambiaso turns the ball. Coming in for the hook is Miguel, but it's still Adolfo on the attack now. Adolfo ridden out of it. The sticks have gone in the air and the ball trickles over the back line. So Ellerston straight away in this chukker, right onto the attack. No relaxing from the team. No panic out there, I'm sure. And no reason really to worry. They just need to keep the machine rolling. And there's the pass. Under the neck we go by Miguel. Going back Adolfo. Adolfo makes the backhand shot. Around they come very quickly. Fisher comes around. Who's going to be there? Fisher makes the next shot. Away they go again. James Byrne now very hard ridden. Who's it going to be? It looks like Dorney, I think, with the wind up and the backhand shot. Turning the play very quickly on the near side. Oh, that's a lovely bit of play to steal. That's beautiful play by Miguel Novillo Estrada as Gonzalo comes in, but Miguel controls beautifully. Now Miguel still looking for the team, and he's left it behind now, and it's picked up by Adolfo Cambiaso as the play changes once again. And away go the Ellerston team. There's a pass away up for Gonzalo. Gonzalo changed directions, sees the ball now, looks up, winds up. Oh, and there's a shot, and off the cane. And wide and out to the right again. And so, whatever it is that CS Brooks have to do, they're not doing it at the moment. 2 misses by Ellerston already in this chukker. And again, it's Miguel to bring the ball in for CS Brooks. Miguel, there's the pass, away out to Javier it goes. Setting sail is Luke Tomlinson. But it's going to be Javier Novillo Estrada under the neck. There's a long pass it goes. Who's going to be there? I don't think it's going to be a white shirt. Very quickly onto the ball. Oh, it is in fact going to be the white shirt of Sebastian Dorney. Lovely play. It's not Sebastian Dorney, I beg your pardon. Here it is. It's Miguel Novillo Estrada who takes the ball away towards the goal. Miguel with Jeff Fisher there just in attendance. Miguel dribbles the ball. Very nice play by Miguel. It's left there though for the backhand of Gonzalo Pierres, who clears beautifully and takes the ball away and out to the far side. The ball's crossed the back line, and so a penalty 6, a force hit. And we will be looking at a 60-yard hit for the CS Brooks team, opposite the point where the ball crossed the back line. Just call it a 60-yard hit.
I can't. This is fucked up. They're just so loud.
So the ball being teed up at the moment by the CS Brooks team, and what a lot of work they have to do now. The two brothers, Javier and Miguel, now having a bit of a natter, talking about tactics. Now there's a new rule this year. If the players tap the ball once they... And here we are back in action again. We had a tower failure there whilst we were off the air. A goal was scored. So we have at the moment a situation. The ball's been put on the floor now, and the CS Brooks team teeing the ball up. And so the ball teed up now for a penalty on the spot hit to CS Brooks. And away we go now. There's the penalty taken away by Miguel, sending the ball out forward. Luke Tomlinson. Tomlinson winds up under the neck he goes. 4-goal player Luke Tomlinson. Now the hard riding comes in. Jeff Fisher's coming through, but hard riding by James Byrne, who makes the near side backhand shot. Around they come. Very quickly they're coming into the ball. It's Navillo Estrada picked up now by Luke Tomlinson. Jeff Fisher is in there. Luke is in there. Who's going to be there? Fisher goes over the top, and the whistles are blown. And the score at the moment, Ellerston 8, CS Brooks 4. So whilst the commentators were off the air.
In favour of CS Brooks.
Here we see the penalty taken. This is where we went off the air. Lovely shot up in the air it goes by Navillo Estrada. In the air the meet. There it is. Up in the air it goes. Now watch this. Look at that for a play. A little bit of tennis going on there by these players. What an extraordinary goal to be taken by Javier Navillo Estrada.
And here's the roll off. Javier Estrada.
So that field goal. And so a penalty 4 awarded now, a 60-yard hit for the CS Brooks team. And the ball just being teed up at the moment. Once again, Javier and Miguel Navillo Estrada.
There we go. Javier Estrada.
So, Navillo Estrada away in the air. That's a lovely looking shot, but wide. So bad luck there for the CS Brooks team. The work to do now in this second half of the match. In from the back line we go. Cambioso, look at that for a shot by Cambioso. That's going 150 yards, lands on the other side of the halfway line. The horse race is on. Bime versus Dornay. First one to it, though, it's going to be the number 3, Miguel Navillo Estrada, who turns the ball nicely. Here come the CS Brooks team on the attack again, going back Gonzalo Pierres. But it is at the moment Miguel who leaves the ball for Gonzalo, who makes the backhand shot and helped on its way by James Bime. Very quickly around they come. Adolfo can't do anything with that one. It's picked up now on the near side. Javier leaves it behind, and look at these now. These two 10-goal players. They're bound to score here. I don't think we're going to see any other result. Going back is Javier. It's Gonzalo Pierres who takes the ball on nicely. Gonzalo is away. Coming behind, it's Navillo Estrada. Gonzalo Pierres dribbles the ball. He's hooked out of it though, and it's left in front. And Adolfo Cambiaso follows through. And again, the Ellerston team. And back to the middle they come. Adolfo Cambiaso just notifying the pony lines he wants something. So here we see the hook coming in by Javier, just putting paid to the attack by Gonzalo Pierres. And here we are just seeing Adolfo. Oh, he just got it to put the score on his account rather than going down for Gonzalo Pierres. And at the moment we see the 2-2s going off Adolfo Cambiaso and Javier Novillo Estrada. Also the 2-1s going off to change ponies. And so, small delay there while most of the players in fact have ridden off and changed ponies. 6 minutes through.
That's why I told you earlier, when they come to the ground, they bring at least 10 ponies each. They've got to have back up. Look at the quality of these mounts. Absolutely superb. I know Harry Packer's proudest moment is seeing his team and his ponies on the field. And I don't doubt Brooke Johnson's the same.
We're ready to restart in this fourth chukker. Ellerston at the moment 9, CS Brooks 4. And the whistles are blown, and I think Jeff Fisher there caught in a very uncomfortable position, and the ball is going to be taken forward to the 60-yard line. And so the chance now for CS Brooks to narrow that deficit again. 9-4 at the moment. They're very happy to see it 9-5.
CS Brooks. Teeing the ball up. I got it, I don't need mine. Having out a start up.
Here we see it now. Javier Novillo Estrada, 8 goals with a 60-yard penalty. There's the shot up in the air. It's looking pretty good. Up in there it goes. Is it stopped? And it's not stopped, and through it goes. And Javier has narrowed the score. There's only 4 goals in it now. It's 9 goals to 5. There we see it, lovely action. I know not quite as far as he would have liked, but it did the job again. It landed just in the goal mouth, bounced through. So it's 9-5 and back into the middle we come again. And my goodness me, Ellerston still looking pretty good, I have to say, but the CS Brooks team certainly not giving up, and away they go again now. It's going to be Miguel to come through, but he's hooked out of it by Gonzalo. It was, and look at that for a beautiful neck shot by Adolfo Cambiaso, setting Gonzalo Pierres on the sail. Javier Novillo Estrada comes back, and look at the ride off again, hard riding off by Gonzalo Pierres, puts the pass through for Adolfo, but Adolfo can't make it. The backhand shot by Miguel turns the play again. On the near side goes Javier. Javier is there. Still Javier controls with Gonzalo Pierres. Javier lets go with a pass, and away they go again. Jeff Fisher goes back. Very hard ridden though by Dorney. It's going to be Fisher. Fisher on the near side. makes the backhand shot, coming through, Miguel can't do it, Javier goes over the top. We've got 30 seconds left to play in this chukker, and coming through, it's going to be Gonzalo Pierres, and the whistles are blown, and that will take us to the end of the 4th chukker. And when we return at the end of the chukker, we'll see what the umpires have come up with. So the players riding off at the end of this 4th period of play, and it is 9 goals to 5. So an extraordinary afternoon here for the Ellerston team. So beautifully mounted. James Byam and Jeff Fisher doing such a wonderful job at both ends, allowing the 10s a bit of freedom in the middle. And Jamie, are you there? I think you have Jim Gilmore with you from the Ellerston camp, Jamie.
Yep, Jim, that's correct. I am down here with Jim Gilmore. At the moment, as we know, Jim, Ellerston leading 9 goals to 5, a 4-goal advantage. How do you feel at the moment?
Pretty uneasy. It looks like we've got a penalty. I don't know where the penalty's going, but hopefully it's for us. We're doing it tough, actually. I mean, it's a very good team we're playing against, and you know, if we could get another couple of goals just to make it a bit easier, I think. The last 2 chukkers are going to be very tough.
Well, obviously they're going to be tough. You just got 1 slip away in that one. You were 5 goals at half-time, but your ponies probably are the edge on the other team, and you've got quite a lot of power still to come out there. Surely you'll be happy with the pony power that it'll see you through?
Yeah, well, if we lose, it won't be pony power. We're in front with ponies for sure. But I think a little bit of luck wouldn't go astray for us, and we're not relying on luck, but it looks like we're going to get the penalty, so that's going to ease the situation a little bit. But it's a very good team we're playing, and the Estradas are great players. And, you know, we can easily get. I think we're going to win.
Jim's very confident there. Just tell me a little word about James Byam. He really excelled on Thursday. He hasn't been quite so much the 4. He's being shut down rather more today.
Yes, no. The Dorney's playing very well, and he's not giving James too many chances. But the 2 guys are pretty evenly matched in the middle, I think. Maybe Cambiosa, with his horsepower, is slightly ahead of the others, but no, it's a very tight match and very even game all round, actually. And it's very warm, actually. It's a very warm day here, and it's having an effect on the horses.
But you're very happy with the way the horses are performing, even in the heat?
Yes, I think Thursday's game took a little bit out of from both teams, but generally speaking, we're pretty happy with the horses. Yeah.
No problems at all in the camp, though? All of them coming off okay?
No, just a lot of nervous people around.
Jim, so you're still pretty confident? 4 goals, 2 chukkers remaining?
I'm not overconfident. We should win with that sort of margin, but I don't know. You know.
Jim,
I hope we can for everyone at home.
There you go, you had it from Jim Gilmore there. Let's hope that in 2 chukkers' time, just over 20 minutes, that's going to be the end result. So, Jim, I think we're ready to start the 5th. We didn't get a penalty in the favour. It's a roll-in as Jim takes over again.
Thank you very much, Jamie, and Jim Gilmore, a very important man in the Ellerston camp. We're back in play again, and it's Gonzalo Pierres on the ball. The whistles are blown, so let's see what happens this time. Miguel Estrada coming off the field, change sticks as the ball there we see Miguel with Claire Tomlinson. Claire, of course, the highest rated ever woman player who got to 5 goals, a fantastic achievement for Claire. And her son Luke playing off 4 goals in the #1 position this afternoon for the CS Brooks team. So she will certainly have her heart in her mouth here this afternoon. It's a 60-yard hit. And it is Adolfo Cambiaso. Cambiaso winds up and I think shows us how it's done. No, he's missed. He's missed. It's wide and out to the left, and the ball's landed up in the crowd there. I hope it hasn't done anybody any harm. polo balls are very, very hard things indeed, made of very strong plastic. They take a bit of a beating out there. We come into play again with the CS Brooks team bringing it in from the back line. Off the boards comes the ball, and it's stopped now on the far side. Oh, and lovely bit of play there by Gonzalo Pierres, and Pierres screams as the whistles blow.
Gonzalo Perez took that ball, but the umpires weren't happy.
And the ball being taken up to the 5B now. A hit in favour of the CS Brooks team. The umpires consider that Gonzalo Pierres, in making that challenge, had fouled, crossed the line somehow. And the ball being teed up now by Miguel Novillo Estrada, as Javier makes his way back onto the field. We'll see the two brothers deciding who's going to take the hit. It looks like it may well be, I was going to say it may well be Javier, but Miguel behind him at the moment. Javier, in fact, riding past the ball, so it's going to be Miguel to take the hit. And Miguel for CS Brooks trailing at the moment by 4 goals. Miguel winds up. There's a long shot. Away it goes. That's a lovely bit of a play, and up in front of Javier it goes. Javier takes the next shot up in the air. Oh, and a lovely play again by Cambiasso in the air. On the near side was Luke Tomlinson. Here comes James Byme on the near side again. This is better play by James Byme. Now Luke Tomlinson on the backhand. Doesn't make it. Over the top go the next two players. It's going to be left now for the backhand by Javier. Sets Sebastian Dornay on the attack on the far side of the field there. Sebastian has to jump the boards, can't make the play though, and there's a hard ride-off by Cambiasso, who comes up with the ball again. Extraordinary horsemanship by this man now. Comes away with the ball. Going back is Javier, but it still is Adolfo Cambiasso. The team out in front now. James Byme all on his own. If he wants to make the pass, he made the pass, but it struck a pony, and it's left now, and it's picked up now nicely by, it is Luke Tomlinson, who comes away, and he's missed it, and that's unfortunate for Luke. It's going to be picked up now by Miguel. Miguel comes through. Again, the shot struck in mid-air, and around they come very quickly. This is where the horses count. The turning power of that pony of Gonzalo Pierres was magnificent. Now on the near side, it's taken away by Javier. Javier takes the ball away across the face of the goal as Gonzalo Pierres comes into challenge, but it is still Javier on the attack onto the boards. We're going to go, and look at that for a ride-off by Gonzalo Pierres. The ponies jump the boards, and on the far side we see James Byme doing battle with Tomlinson. It's still there. Gonzalo Pierres pops the ball out of play. Here we go again now. CS Brooks take the ball away nicely, and now it is Javier on the attack, and the two players on this side. Oh my goodness, and he's missed, but coming, oh my goodness, and over the top they go, but Miguel hasn't missed, and he sends it up in front of Javier now. Javier is on the attack now. Miguel Estrada, that's a great looking shot by Javier Estrada. Where's it gone? It's hit the post and wide. And what a play indeed. And bad luck there. There we see Javier makes the approach shot, looking pretty good as Jeff Fisher comes in to make the challenge. And just squeaked wide. So back in play again now. And the ball placed on the back line. Back in play, and Adolfo lets go with that one. James Byme looks up to see where the ball's going to land. It's landed away though from his stick. Now the backhand shot by Tomlinson turns the play. Miguel comes in to make his attention to the ball. There's the backhand shot. First one to it is going to be Gonzalo. He makes the backhand shot, and here we go again. The 2-2s together. The 10 versus the 8 on the near side. Goes Adolfo Cambiasso, makes the play, but ridden out of it now by Javier. Oh, and around the corner he comes. He's hooked though this time. It's left for Miguel, as coming in is Gonzalo. The backhand shot though by Miguel. Takes the ball out to the boards again. And we've seen a bit of action in this part of the ground, and again the ball pops out of play. And Daniel Padu So he's blown the whistle. I'm sure one of the players there just has a bit of a problem with one of his ponies. Javier just riding off the field, and again, players taking the opportunity to change ponies. Javier there, just with the problem with his ponies. We see Adolfo Cambiaso also take the opportunity to go off and probably change ponies. So a great afternoon for the Ellerston team. And so, whilst we wait, C.S. Brooks, another chance to think about this deficit and how they're going to make it up. Our two umpires, I think, having had a good afternoon again. And the C.S. Brooks team now, 3 of the players making their way back onto the field. You see there Sebastian Dorney, 2-goal player. And so we are ready to restart. And here it goes, the ball comes in, straight through the line, out it goes. In the melee, Gonzalo Pierres, let's go with that one, out in front it goes. Who's going to be there? Over the top goes James Bime. Over the top they all go. It's picked up though by Gonzalo Pierres, who puts the ball wide at the moment. He's put the accelerator down to try to track it down, but he's not going to do it. And a very cool play there by Miguel Novillo Estrada, just to let the ball roll over the back line. And again, here we go again now. And this is it, fast and furious. This is the way we like to see it played. Miguel Novillo Estrada comes in with the ball, takes it away nicely. Gonzalo falls behind. In comes Adolfo Cambiaso. It's still Miguel, though, in control of the ball as Javier sets sail for the pass. There's the pass, and what a shot it is, and away out in front it goes. Away they all go. Jeff Fisher's going to be there for the backhand shot. Winds up, little one just out to the sideline. Good play by Fisher, and around they come. Adolfo is there, so also there is Javier. On the near side goes Gonzalo, and it's going to be picked up now. The backhand shot by Luke Tomlinson puts the ball right under the stick of Miguel Estrada. That's great play by Luke Tomlinson to put the ball there for Miguel, and Miguel, oh, he's missed, my goodness me, and now it's followed up, and I think it's Dorney. Was it Dorney, I think? It was Dorney, the number 4. Great play there by Sebastian Dorney, following up there. Nobody expected Miguel to miss the goal shot. There we see the miss, and coming through we'll see Dorney. Boom, great shot. Great shot. And it's 9-6. The ball goes in. On the near side goes Miguel Estrada. And they're in the action now. It's still Miguel. Miguel takes the ball, hard pressed though by Gonzalo Pierres, but still Miguel comes up with it. Now Miguel gets go with a pass, setting brother Javier on the attack, but again hard riding. And these guys don't want to let this lead go. They know how tense it can get out here. Now under the net goes Miguel. The pass goes across, but it's going to be James Bime who comes in to make the shot. Very hard ride off there by Sebastian Dorney. Bime comes up with it again. Now he's hooked out of it though. Coming through on the near side. It's picked up by Fisher. Now the backhand shot by Luke Tomlinson. The ball in the melee. The 2-3s come together. On the near side, the 10 goals of Gonzalo Pierres. Takes the ball on. On the near side now Fisher. Fisher helps it on its way. This is great stuff, but going back is big Miguel, who makes the ride off. And the backhand shot tails it. Away it goes for Javier to pick the ball up.
Javier takes it over on the far side, taking it out onto that far side now. He's going to take the scenic route. Gonzalo Pierres comes in, but it's still Javier keeps the ball himself. Javier, he loses it. Miguel comes in behind him, and there's the huge shot from Miguel down the field. Ooh, watch out, the spectators. Let's hope they're all right in the sides there. The ball went straight over into the spectators. We hope everything's all right on the far side. So we'll get the two teams lined up again. There's only about 30 seconds remaining in this, the 5th chukker. We've got 1 chukker remaining. There's only 3 goals separating these two teams now as it goes in quickly. Picked up there. Javier backed it out nicely. Who's going to pick it up first? Pierres is there. Pierres turns it around. Unlucky for him, it comes off a pony. Now it's picked up. I think that's Javier now. Javier drives it down the field. Up goes Tomlinson. Tries to take it on the near side. In fact, it's Sebastian Dorney who takes it on the near side. He goes over the top. In comes Javier. Javier takes a lovely near side backhander, met by Perez. Tomlinson and Perez have a crash. In comes Tomlinson again. Called off it by Miguel. Miguel's working it away. He's got no one in front of him. There's the hooter. 30 seconds of play. The backhander there by Perez. Coming back in defence. Oh, and it's Cambiasso who makes the break now. Adolfo Cambiasso taking it away down the field. Adolfo on the attack for Ellerston again. He's hungry to make it 4 in the lead. It's looking good. Cambiasso right in front of the goal. In comes Dorney. Cambiasso through the goal it goes. That puts them back to 4 goals to the good. Adolfo Cambiasso makes it number 10 for Ellerston and puts them into a very commanding position as they go off the end of the 5th chukker, and the score now 10 goals to Ellerston, 6 to CS Brooks. A 4-goal advantage, a very comfortable little advantage to have as the 6th chukker is about to start. Here we go, just look at this. Adolfo Cambiasso pops it between the flags. Lovely goal there by Adolfo Cambiasso, and through it goes. You see the pleasure from Adolfo Cambiasso, as well he might. And he goes off there. I think he was riding a horse called Palomo there. That was the spare horse he was due to be riding. So if it was, well done to Palomo.
And Jamie, I can tell you these players are very, very unhappy at the moment. They've both had a go at the umpires, both Gonzalo Perez and Adolfo Cambiasso.
Well, it was a great goal, even if they weren't happy about it. Ooh, Adolfo's sitting down there, very excited, not at all happy. Adolfo still down there in the lines. Cambiasso's down there as Gonzalo Perez canters back on. Gonzalo talking to the umpires, not at all happy with what happened. Gonzalo Perez had a collision with Luke Tomlinson, and that was when Adolfo came in and broke clear. Here we see the replay. There's Adolfo who broke clear. He really was tearing away down the field there. He came in and manages to pop the final one through. There it goes, right between the flags. And you can see the pleasure as he swings his stick in delight. Well, it's a 4-goal advantage now. 10-6 Ellerston lead. A heavy margin in the last chukker for CS to Brett back. What do you think, Jim? Do you think that CS Brooks can do anything about it?
I don't think so, Jamie. I think 10-6 is too strong for them. I think coming off at 9-6, or if they'd managed to come back to 9-7, it could have been possible. But we'll see. As I say, anything can happen. But I have to say that if I had to chuck my money in there, it would be going down to Ellerston.
Well,
so
Jim,
the 6th,
sat on the fence
probably the final
enough.
chukker.
Can't believe you've taken until the 5th chukker to finally really throw your hat into the ring.
You haven't been listening properly, Jamie. We're ready to start in this final chukker.
So, 1 chukker remaining. In it goes. Picked up there by Luke Tomlinson. Lovely cut shot by Luke Tomlinson. Picked up now by Javier. Javier Navija Estrada. Hassle by Gonzalo. Javier takes it on the near side. Loses it. Gonzalo doesn't quite pick it up. Finally, he goes over the top. Javier straightens it up nicely. Picked up by Tomlinson. He doesn't get to it. In comes, I think that's Sebastian Dorney who's turning it round. Fisher, rather. Beg your pardon. Fisher picked it up. Fisher still takes it on the near side. Jeff Fisher takes it on the near side out towards the boards. Hassled all the time by Miguel Navija Estrada. Miguel turns it nicely. Good play by Miguel. Gets rid of James Bime. Miguel slows it down. Bime comes in for the challenge. Miguel's going to walk it on his own. Miguel sets sail towards goal. Can he manage to get another one back? It's looking very good for CS Brooks. Miguel takes the near side. Oh, and it's just gone wide. And I thought Miguel was going to get the under the neck, under the belly shot there, but he didn't quite manage it. And it's gone a little wide and over the back line. Thought Miguel was going to get that one. Here he goes, didn't quite manage to, just overrode it there, and in it comes, didn't quite manage it, a little bit unfortunate. Back on the field, Ellerston are on the attack again. Gonzalo Perez drives it down the field, didn't quite, yes he did, he sent it well up there. It's going to be picked up now by James Bime. He's battling hard. Bime comes in, takes the shot. Has he managed to pick it up? It's gone a little wide over towards the boards on the far side. Still it's in play, back there, it looked like Jeff Fisher that backed it. Picked up now by Perez. In comes Luke Tomlinson to defend nicely. Lovely under the neck shot there by Luke Tomlinson. But the first who's going to be there is Adolfo Cambiasso. I think that's Nevada he's riding. He rode her earlier on. Adolfo. Good play by Adolfo Cambiasso Tickling it along. Miguel waits with him. The drive from Cambiaso. Up for the pass goes Perez. It's going all the way. Oh, I don't believe it. What a wonderful goal from Adolfo Cambiaso. He looked up, he took the shot, and he found the flags. That was just an amazing goal from Adolfo Cambiaso. Adolfo, let's see if we can get that one again. He looked up, managed to find it the whole way. It was a great goal from Adolfo there. That makes it an 11-2 Ellerston. Here we go. Beautiful shot there from Adolfo Cambiaso. Really nice play. And it went all the way. I think he was actually looking for the pass, but he didn't need it. It went all the way straight between the flags. Back on the field, picked up now by Javier. Javier being hassled by Adolfo. Javier turns it around well in front of Cambiaso. Cambiaso hooks him out. Over the top they go. Through comes James Byrne and steals it like a burglar. James Byrne takes it on the boards. Now he switches to the near side. Doesn't quite get a hold of it. And it's less for Javier Navija Estrada, who'll turn this one around. Brother Miguel goes up for the pass. There's the pass to Miguel. Met by Byrne in the air. But Miguel still managed to make the break. Miguel goes away. In comes Dorney. But it's Miguel who's taking it down the field. Miguel Navija Estrada challenged by Fisher. Miguel takes the near side. Oh, what a tremendous near side shot! Oh, and he put it wide. That really was a tremendous near side shot, wasn't it, Jim?
Extraordinary play by Miguel. 11 goals to 6 at the moment. They're trailing. And look at this, the shot under the neck he goes. Great angle under that shot, but wide. And would you believe it? Here we come again. Adolfo Cambiaso.
Cambiaso taking it along down the field. Just checking up now. He's got Javier there with him, but he's got 5 goals in the board there. They lead at the moment. Perez comes across this margin. Very comfortable for Ellerston. Perez working hard there. He comes away, stolen by Miguel. Miguel now under the neck, drives it down the field, but there's no one there for the pass. Back in defence goes Adolfo. Cambiaso comes in to defend this one. He'll turn it around. 4 minutes of play remaining. It's a very, very stiff task indeed, as Cambiaso drove a huge ball across the field. In comes Perez again. Wonderful passing play between these two. Perez galloping down the field. Byrne comes in front with Fisher. Perez appeals for the foul. And the whistle finally goes. A little bit of dangerous play there, Jim.
Yes, I think really, Jamie, I'm often caught out with these things, but at the moment I think with that particular penalty, I think we saw one of the... all the players seem to be leaving the field at the moment. I have to say the whistle's blown, they're all leaving the field. But I beg your pardon, going back to the foul, I think we saw there, that was it, Miguel Estrada, I think it was, riding one of the Ellerston players across the line of the ball. Gonzalo Perez was following down the line. We've got 3 minutes left to play, and it looks like a penalty for a 60-yard hit is going to be awarded to the Ellerston team.
We had all bar Jeff Fisher went off then. I think that's a measure of the speed of this match, that 7 players took the opportunity 3 minutes into the 6th to go and change their ponies. There was no dissent. They all said we'll wait. I think that's a measure of quite how fast this game's been run. It's been end to end. Really not too much whistle, I'd say, Jim. Great open game in all respects.
No, I know once again the players will disagree with me. We saw a little bit of unhappiness there at the end of the last chukker with the Ellerston team, but I think the umpiring looks to have been pretty reasonable throughout. But we're back in the action again now, and it is the 60-yard penalty to be taken by Adolfo Cambiaso. Almost unfair here, leading at the moment 11 goals to 6, and Cambiaso winds up. The pressure's come off him, and through the ball goes. It's 12 to 6, and there isn't any coming back for CS Brooks now with 3 minutes left on the clock. So the scoreboard reads 12. Of those 12, 2 goals belong to Gonzalo Perez, and the rest of them, the 10, belong to Adolfo Cambiaso. So what an afternoon this man is having.
Well, I said that he's the one who's going to rewrite the history books. 10 goals in the Gold Cup final. Absolutely amazing. 2 minutes remaining. No, 10 goals to Cambiaso is the one who scored. I was just having a little chat there to Jim Hilston. I said he'd rewrite the history books, Adolfo. I meant 10 goals he scored in this particular match. Great little shot there by Javier. Didn't quite get a hold of it the way he was looking for. Perez waits with him. Javier taking it along. He's got plenty of time though. He hasn't got the time to do that. He drives it down, picked up now by Dorney. Comes off the pony of Dorney. In comes Tomlinson. Perez takes the backhander. The cut shot by Javier. Oh, and he's pushed it wide over the back line, and was hoping they might get one back there, but Javier didn't quite manage to get the angle he was looking for, and he's pushed it over the back line. and out of play. Well, there's about a minute and a half remaining, Jim. There's no way that you're going to get 6 goals back from there. Cambiasso takes it from the back line, and we'll hand over to you to take us through the end of the match.
And Ellerston once again on the attack. The first one to it, though, is going to be Miguel Estrada for the backhand. Miguel on the near side makes the backhand shot, and I think the CS Brooks team now resigned to their fate. But they're not going to give up completely without a fight. They know they've lost, but they want a few more back. Under the neck we go. That's a lovely pass by Gonzalo Pierres. Up it goes in front of Jeff Fisher. Fisher leaves it behind. Over the top, the next two go. But it's picked up by the number 2, Javier Novillo Estrada, who takes the ball to the side. Lovely backhand shot by James Byam. Gonzalo Pierres on the attack now, and under the net goes Gonzalo with a goal shot, and he's missed as well. So a little bit of missing going on in this last chukker, but a 12 goals to 6. The result is there. Ellerston are going to win the Gold Cup for 1998. And here we go now as Miguel brings the ball in for CS Brooks. Miguel winds up. There's the shot. Away it goes now. Who's going to be the first one to it? Coming in is Dorney. Dorney picks the ball up. The ball bounces unkindly for him, though, and it's left now for Gonzalo Pierres to take the ball on. Gonzalo turns the play nicely. Now on the near side go Gonzalo. And it's going to be, though, Sebastian Dorney. Sebastian Dorney makes the play. Onto the boards, the ball goes. In the air it is. It's picked up now by Miguel. Miguel takes the ball on. Lovely pass up in front of Luke Tomlinson. We go now. Going back is Jeff Fisher. Jeff Fisher with all the legs, all the power. And Luke Tomlinson unfortunately can't make the next play. And it's going to be tidied up again by Adolfo Cambiasso. Cambiasso comes on. And here come Ellerston coming on again. Ellerston just, Cambiasso dribbles the ball and now he lets go. And what a shot by Adolfo Cambiasso. Look at the speed of this pony as he goes past. My goodness, what a pony that is. He goes right past Sebastian Dorney. And look at that in the air as well. Still it is. It's going, it's going, it's going. It's gone. What a goal. What a goal by Adolfo Cambiasso. The hooter is gone, I think. The hooter has gone indeed. The match is over. 1998, the Veuve Clicquot Gold Cup belongs with the Queen's Cup to Ellerston. And what a game by these players. The 4 of them, tremendous play. Great defence, of course, by the CS Brooks team. But the end result there we see the players shaking hands. CS Brooks, their number was on the board from about the end of or midway through the 3rd chukker. 11 goals to Adolfo Cambiasso. What a man. And so, Jamie, are you there?
I am indeed, Jim. I've got Jim Gilmore here. Jim, a few words from you. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's great. Thank you very much.
Come on, Jim, a little bit more enthusiasm.
Well, it's just been a good season. We really wanted to win the Gold Cup. We always have, and you know we've had a bit of bad luck in the Gold Cup over the years. But since 1992, Ellerston and I, the white or black, have only missed the final one year, but we haven't been that successful in winning it. This year it was our turn, and we're very happy.
Well done, Jim. Well done indeed. I'm just going to have a few words now over here with Gonzalo. Great play, Jim. And here, just going to going up to Adolfo. You see, wonderful congratulations here. Adolfo, I'm going to grab you. Adolfo, here. Adolfo, a few words. Adolfo Cambiasso, how do you feel about winning?
It's great. I really want to win it with Ellerston, and I'm very happy. I hope Kerry, I want to talk to him. This is for you, Kerry. I like you a lot.
Well done, Cambiasso. 11 goals there. Great play from him. Great scenes from Adolfo. I'm just looking around to see where Gonzalo is. You see here Jim and Adolfo embracing themselves. Great enthusiasm from Jim Gilmore for Adolfo Cambiasso. We'll just go across now to Gonzalo Pierres and we'll see if a few words from Gonzalo. He's being congratulated as well. Gonzalo, many congratulations. Well, you've got the Gold Cup. How does it feel?
Fantastic. How can you? And it was a good game. You're clean. And we won the Gold Cup again. That's fantastic. And thank you, Kerry.
And how do you feel about everything the way he went? Adolfo scored, I think, 11 goals. Tremendous play from him, wasn't it?
Well, next time he should have scored a bit more.
And
no, he scored, you know, he's a scoring machine. And I thought today the team played well, you know, because the poor Jeff, and they had to do a lot of work. James and Jeff, maybe they didn't score as much as Adolfito, but they hardly, you know, they tried very well. And we were a proper team today. Was there any time you felt it might just slip away, or were you confident right from the start? In the first chukker we lost a bit the edge, and they were attacking a bit more. We missed a couple of chances in the beginning of the fourth, and they scored, I think, 2 goals, and we felt a bit of pressure there. But luckily we came out and with Adolfo, you always have a chance to come back.
Well done, Gonzalo. Many congratulations. The winners of both the Queen's Cup and the Gold Cup. And I'm just trying to see if I can see Jeff Fisher. Let's go back to the Ellerston tent itself and see if we can get a couple of words from the last two players in the Ellerston team. Jeff Fisher and James Byme already getting themselves settled into a drink of orange. I see Jeff there. I'm going to get... That's great.
It's great to win.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was brilliant. I didn't have the greatest game, but at least we won it.
And was there any point you thought it was going to slip away?
No, we had it from the off, I thought.
Right from the very start?
Yeah.
Well done indeed, James. You can see there, pouring sweat, James is. A couple of words now from Jeff Fisher. I'm going to go the other side of you, Jeff. Jeff, how does it feel to win the Gold Cup?
Wonderful. Really, really wonderful. Now I know how KP felt when he won it.
So for you, this is the best... Tired? Is this the best moment from polo you've had?
Absolutely. Except for when KP won it. It was much better then.
How do you feel? Which was more important, this or the Queen's Cup?
This one.
This one? Well, you've had it there from Jeff. How did you actually feel yourself about your own game?
Terrible.
No, that's awful, Jeff. You weren't terrible at all. Many congratulations. So there you've had it. You've had a word from Jim Gilmore, the team manager. You've had a word from Adolfo.
The presentation for the officials of the match. 2 umpires, 1/3.
The managing director of Clico, so the 2 commentators. Where are you? The same without hearing their voices.
So all of the officials now having been presented with their bottles of champagne. Now the pony prize.
Responsibility of the presentation falls to Mr. Ian Brunt on behalf of Dean Wildenstein, who unfortunately is unable to be here today. Dean Wildenstein, well known as being patron, played the Abel Blur, playing with the Prince of Wales, and a very keen supporter of polo here at Calvary Park, and the winner of the best playing pony, it was an Ellerston pony, goes to Pascara. It was ridden by Gonzalo Fierres. I think this is a very good moment to remember the grooms who worked so hard in the pony lines. Without them, this game of polo would not be possible at all. I think a round of applause for them as well, please.
So we've got Gonzalo Perez receiving the prize for the best playing pony. I'm just going to go up to Gonzalo actually and maybe have a quick word with him about the pony when he comes across. We'll just see if we can get... I'm just going to try and... Gonzalo, tell me a little bit about your pony there that just won the best playing pony.
She won the best playing pony in Argentina in the Open before she came, about 3 years ago. And she's been playing, fantastic for us. We have a lot of good horses, but she's also one of the best. I thought today was the great mare that Adolfo played, had a chance, and that chestnut that he played,
Which chukker did you play her in?
I played her in the third.
Pastora. Pastora, and then you brought her out again in the sixth?
In the sixth, and I played 4 minutes.
For 4 minutes of the last. But do you rate her as your best yourself, or is it a bit of a toss-up?
No, she's the best, She's been the best for a long time.
Okay, thank you very much indeed, Gonzalo. So you see there, James Byam received... all over Gonzalo's head, but he's not worried. I'm sure that for him, this is one of the best moments of the 1998 season.
Scheduled to begin at 5 p.m. Running a few moments late, the final of the